I recently read a paper submitted to the ICIS 2024 proceedings called Is Agile Software Development Innovative? A Software Developer's Perspective. It happens that I know one of the authors, Justin Ribeiro, and he's a super smart guy. Now, it grabbed my attention for one simple reason. Apologies, Justin, but the premise is wrong. The Agile Manifesto is simple, and you can read it yourself in less than a minute. It's 68 words and 12 principles, and nowhere does it make the claim that implementing it will make software developers more innovative or creative. Now let's talk about creativity in software development. Software development aims to create digital models representing parts of the real world. Consider an online shopping platform where the digital model represents a store. In this model, we have entities like product, customer, and order. A product has properties like name, price, and description. A customer has attributes such as a name, email, and address. When a customer places an order, the system links them to the products they bought, capturing details like quantity, price, and shipping info. These digital representations are mirroring real-world interactions in a store, browsing products, placing orders, and handling customer information. The model allows us to simulate the real-world experience in a structured digital format. But what happens when we start adding business logic? Here we often create abstractions that don't exist in the real world, such as event buses, message queues, and state machines. Imagine you're a developer tasked with working on individual pieces of a large project, each defined by user requirements and use cases, complete with acceptance criteria, all set by a product manager. Your role is to bridge the gap between the envisioned solution and its real-world implementation, a process that demands a high level of creativity. The problem, of course, is no development teams have the luxury of infinite time to meander on features. They are being paid to build a product or add features to an existing one. If you take any process, whether it's Scrum, Kanban, Waterfall, RAD, or whatever, the issue of whether software development can be creative within the boundary of these processes has zero to do with the process and more to do with the people that manage it and the culture it sits within. The study highlights that managers sometimes maintain a high level of control over task assignments and project timeline, which is in direct conflict with the Scrum process where developers decide which tasks to pick from the backlog. The best development managers and team leads recognize the gaps that need bridging. If they don't, a VP of engineering or CTO certainly should. They should implement appropriate measures to allocate time, whether through spikes or by carrying work over between sprints. This involves following agile processes and clearly communicating to both management and the customer why a feature is likely to ship on Y date instead of X date. Finally, this Venn diagram, I think, illustrates an important point around creativity as it relates to software development. Just because someone is creative, without experience, technical knowledge, and natural curiosity, it's unlikely they will create magic. So what are the takeaways? Creativity is fundamental to software development. Agile has no more ability to hinder creativity than any other development process. To modify an Atlassian quote, Agile is a cultural value and teams should be empowered to work creatively how they best see fit. And finally, creativity does not exist as an isolated skill. Make sure your teams have depth as well as breadth. Thanks for watching.